Okay, let me tell you guys something. My name is TwoSinFulsons. I am a YouTuber and the story you are about to hear is true. I'm just useless app to get my point across the best way that I can. At some point I hope like an enemy better or get someone to animate for me. So it all started when I was working at a Costco. My coworker, let's just say his name was Jim anyway. It started off as a normal day. Jim would prank me a bit by turning on all the sinks in the bathroom, the women's to be specific, so I would have to run into way so I wouldn't spare at in the possible ladies in there and turn them off, turn on faucets off to be specific. Again, everything was going good until later that night. Jim told me that he had a date with someone and I said, "The only date you have is your hand, my dude." Ha ha ha, I still think that's funny to this day. But not everything would wind up being laughs and sunshine about 4 hours after he left. Just know that what you're about to hear might sound very ridiculous, but I was horrified and it still scars me to this day. Granted, I still worked at the Costco for a while after that, but only because I needed the money. So naturally, because I was the only one working there, because Casey was busy with her children and Danny was busy goofing off proudly doing drugs somewhere in Georgia while he was at a Pride rally. I wish him and his partner the best. I am glad that he was actually able to find love. If you're listening to this, pal, I'm glad you're okay. Anyway, after I was having to plunge toilet for the 19th time thanks to one of my coworkers pranked from earlier, you know Jim, I realized that one of the shelves was empty. I had to restock. Now normally this would require a forklift, but luckily what we were out of was just styrofoam, so I could easily pick it up and move pretty fast. Now mind you, I said I could move pretty fast and it was made out of styrofoam. This will be important later. So after I went over there, I noticed there was this guy walking around. Now that's not very strange, even though he was wearing a really dark overcoat and a hoodie, because a lot of people would come in looking a lot weirder than that, so I had been through the ringer and they didn't think it was strange at all. I was very wrong. As soon as I went to get extra supplies and stocked the shelves, what do I see? I see this man pacing back and forth talking to himself. At first I thought he was talking to someone on a headset, which again isn't all that odd, because he could have just been shopping for his boss or company, or if he was a teacher his faculty might have been low on printer ink. But I hear him shouting something very strange. This man shouted, "Everyone get down, this is a robbery." Naturally, I thought it was a prank. I mean, we had gotten prank wars before and it was an odd for other members of my job to bring in friends and family to help them, when considering whoever gave up first winds up getting $80. Now that might not be much, but it's only more dollars, 80 more dollars. It could get us something that we wanted so he could squirrel away what little money we had gotten. So me being kind of a tough guy, I get and really rattled to this possible cry of wolf. So I was going to walk up to the guy and tell him, okay, who paid you to do this? But before I got the chance, he showed the bomb strapped to his chest and he shouted that my demands are not met. I will take all of you with me to hell. What I did next I am kind of proud of. But that doesn't change how dangerous this was. Never do this if you are in this situation, killed along with me. So first of all I waited for the guy to go to the bathroom, because I had loaded him up with prune juice. I ran into the bathroom and I waited for him to sit on the stall toilet where he would be vulnerable, and I saw had put the detonator away, so I kicked it away when he wasn't looking. So I tackled him, started fighting hand to hand in a bathroom, and I just faced him the toilet. Then I realized something. I saw the bomb start to spark blue sparks. I was scared into. And then I figured out that bombs don't spark like that. That was a sparkler from my late. This guy wasn't trying to prank me, he was just trying to rob us, and he might have been crazy. I said to myself, crazy, I can handle fake bombs, I can handle as just a crazy guy trying to rob us without a weapon. So I want you guys to guess what I did. If you guess that I beat with little sense that he had out of him, then you would be right. I can't stand when somebody tries to rob people, and especially if they don't even have a decent plan. Did he take me for an idiot? I would have figured it out sooner. There weren't so many people in the store. So eventually the police came and took the guy and took me into questioning. They had to give me a sedative because I wouldn't stop kicking the guy. He wound up getting stitches and 5 of his ribs broken. He needed over 18 stitches, not counting the ones in his hand and leg. He also got an ear infection for being in the toilet. I just think he got a bag ear infection because I had almost drowned him in a toilet. It's so funny when a criminal gets the tables turned on him. All I got to say is, if you're out there listening, so-called burglar, if I ever see you again next time, you won't get off so lucky with a few stitches and a bad hair infection. This time I got friends and a gang of people that would probably just love to hear that you almost killed me and tried to slit my throat. But that's a story for another day. You guys must have thought that after the bomb threat he gave up. Now later on he tried to jump me while I was taking out the trash, and he put me in a van and took me to on top of a bridge. If you guys would like to hear that story, let me know, and as always, bye bye my little pickles.